Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Alrighty, a few things. I know some people have said something about the volume, so I'm gonna try my Samsung Buds to see if that helps with the volume. If not, I'm gonna be buying a mic. Anyways, I did get this one card. It is a 2012 Sports Illustrated for Kids, number 104, Eli Manning, autographed. And I've told you, I have a fascination for Sports Illustrated for Kids. It's just what I like collecting. It reminds me of my own childhood. And this I got for under 50 bucks. So it's autographed by a potential future Hall of Famer, and I believe I didn't spend an arm and a leg because once again you're spending at least 30 bucks to get it autoed, and then you have to pay for an autograph that you don't know is authentic unless you got it signed in front of the guy. But then sometimes the grading companies will be like, hey, we can't authenticate it, and then you're out the amount of money. So autographs, anything basically below 50 bucks, I'm looking at it. I like collecting, and it could potentially be a flip down the road when he becomes a Hall of Famer. Prices may just spike up. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this Marx guy. I wanted to talk about all of the shenanigans, the scams going on. The title will have Karl Marx in it. So I've talked a lot about the importance that individuals should pay attention to counterparty risk. And I talked about in some of my videos, and I've also commented in the chat section of some of the content creators. If you don't own it, or if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And this is what the silver stackers used to say. So people may mock this idea. I've been mocked and laughed at and ridiculed. But at the end of the day, this is what happens when you send your own cards out to a group submitter, and we don't know what they're going to do with the cards. Hopefully most of these guys are honest. But ultimately, I was thinking to myself, what if they lose my card? What if they damage my cards? Or three, what if a crazy scenario like this happens if an individual goes bankrupt? And this is the problem that I was thinking back in my head. And it all comes down to counterparty risk. So I believe this guy is Card Collector 2. He was the middleman, and he sent his cards out to Marx. And here's the deal with potential bankruptcy. I don't know if Marx is going bankrupt. I saw some videos going out saying X, Y, and Z. I used to work at a big corporation, or as part of a big corporation, WPP, as I've stated in different videos. And I remember the financial director was saying one time that we sent a check out to a company that was then bankrupt, and they wouldn't send the check back because the thing is, we sent it in error, but they have the funds and they cannot release the funds because that's how the bankruptcy proceeding works. It's as crazy as that. So I'm not sure what happened behind the scenes. Maybe PSA reached out to Marx and reached out to Card Collector, or they were talking separately, and maybe they decided it was better that you don't send the cards to Marx, because if he is going bankrupt or his corporation is going bankrupt, then who will claim the assets, right? In bankruptcy court, it could be the creditors. Once again, I don't have all the information, but maybe for those individuals who are stuck waiting on those cards, maybe it's better that the cards weren't sent to Marx and then he declares bankruptcy, and then you're out of luck. I will give props to Card Collector 2, even though he mentioned that he messed up. He is taking care of his customers, so trying to fix a messed up situation. So kudos to him. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, what could be the next potential scam? And I always talk about counterparty risk. And I'm looking at these fractionals, and it would be insane if some of these fractionals say that they have this product out there, but they don't. That just one of the thoughts that I have. Hopefully, it doesn't come down to that. The other thing is when you are in an environment of artificially low interest rates, like with what the Federal Reserve has done, there are a lot of people think that they can make money off of this, off of whatever it is. It distorts signals in the market. It makes people think that they could just make easy money. And in the short run, people can make easy money. But as you've seen with some of these YouTube all-star flippers, many of them have stepped away. They may still be buying, but they don't have any interest as much because their rate of return isn't as great as it was back in the day, about 2 years ago. And it distorts pricing signals, and thus some people may come up with their own shop, and then they realize, oh, they can't pay the bills at the shop because the corporation that they're dependent on, PSA, is not sending them the cards right away so they could finance their own operations. They didn't realize that their business model was fragile. And in my opinion, there are quite more corporations out there and individuals whose strategy and business model is fragile, and they're going to get burned. And as a result, other individuals that were dependent on that firm are going to get burned as well. So, a few takeaways from this: don't go to a group submitter, in my opinion. That's just probably the worst thing to do. And just remember, if you're sending a card out, there's always risk of the card getting lost in the mail. I mean, there have been reports of individuals stealing packages off trains lately. And if you remember the events of a few years ago, USPS trucks and UPS trucks, they were getting robbed and people were taking the packages. And, what if your PSA package was in one of those trucks? And that would suck. I mean, you may have insurance on it, but are those companies going to pay for that insurance? That's the thing. So if you're going to send any card out, just send it to PSA yourself and BGS, SGC, whoever, because ultimately these group submitters, they're trying to make money off of you. And yeah, you could get a few dollars off, but this is the problem that you'll have. And still, it's taking people a while to get their cards. It took me 11 months to get the cards from PSA. And I paid approximately $17 after shipping. So, yeah, those are just a few things in my mind. If you just look at cycles, it was really extremely bullish last year in February and March. Now we're getting to a point where we're in somewhat of a normalized market, but we have spillover from the excessive amount of optimism. And we're starting to see scams blow up. And I saw some other videos saying that this is just the beginning. It could be the beginning. I mean, if my theory on 2024, 2025 is correct, how many more people are going to get burned? How many more people are going to get frustrated? I already see in the comments that people are saying, I don't want to be a part of this hobby. There's so much negative news out there, especially in the last few weeks. And ultimately, with with all this, you could say negativity, negativity, you could still take advantage of it. I'm looking basically right now for cards that I believe are going to be worthwhile in the future, and I'm trying to look for cards under $30, slabbed, autographed, non-autographed. I mean, I told you one of the Manning cards that I got was under $30. Some autos I'm buying, it's less than 30, slabbed, shipped, including sales tax. So yeah, I believe there's still opportunities, but you'll have to be more patient. And I think all the people that are not patient, they're going to go bye bye. They're not going to be in it for the long term, but I'm in it for the long term unless I have financial issues. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. What do you think about Karl Marx? What do you think about group submitters? What do you think about the last few weeks? It's been somewhat rough, and I've seen usually the positive people um, not as positive as before. And there's another thing, I see some content creators going after other content creators, and this is what was similar to what I've seen in the past with the silver stackers. And I'm gonna do a separate video on that because it's somewhat similar. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks. Bye.